Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Denise, and today we are going to be exploring my findings drawers. So these are all of my jewelry findings, and we're actually going to be going through, let's see if I can get all the way down here. We're actually going to be going through all of these drawers. So this is like a roller cart with all my findings in it, and then on top of the roller cart I have this 2-drawer green container, and it actually has I try to keep everything as organized as I can. But it actually has the supplies labeled by the drawer. This is my jump ring drawer. So what I think I'm going to do is roll the cart out to the table, put each drawer on the table, and then we can go through it. I think that's going to be the best way, instead of me just trying to open up the drawers with one hand and also hold the camera. Okay guys, so give me a minute or so. I will cut off the camera and then turn it right back on once I get over to the sewing table. Alright, thanks guys. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Denise, and today we're continuing the series of the jewelry findings and supplies. Today the video is covering cording, all types of nylon string, and items that you would use to either bead on or connect your bracelets and necklaces together with, and anklets as well. So today we're just going to go through all of the different types of cording that you can use for beading. So in my hands I actually have, and we call this fish wire, fish line. I'm sure this was purchased probably either at Walmart or the hardware stores, but anyway, it comes in, you get a lot. Like this is 500 yards, this is 250 yards, but it actually comes in weight, which means it comes in the thickness, the density of the, and it's all taped down. I'm trying to see if I have one that's not taped down. This one is really fine, which means it's really thin, and it can go through very small hole beads. So the beads, a lot of the seed beads and a lot of the pearl, the mother of pearl beads, they have a very, very small hole through them. So you would get, and this is like a nylon. You would get, let me see if I can, I'm trying to see if I can actually get my hand in here so I can pull it up so you guys can see the difference. Okay, there. So that's the thickness of this particular nylon. And like I said, it comes in, let me see, I think I have one right here in the bag. Hold on here one second. Okay, so this one is a little thicker. So it goes by weight. Not sure if you can see like the thickness in it, but it goes by weight and the thinner the thickness. So in this bag, I actually have 4 rolls in all different weights and all different sizes. Now, the one thing I do want to say on this is that you do have to be careful with this. I had one lady, she did large necklaces, really large, heavy necklaces, and she would get a complaint that after a while her necklaces would break. The beads would just break on it. So I'm not sure if the nylon in this gives after a while, or if the nylon rots after a while, you know, become brittle and break. I'm not sure what caused it in her necklaces, but I do want to say, if you're using heavy beads and big necklaces, you may not want to use the nylon. You may want to, and let me see, these two I think are, let me see if this is stretched, because some of the nylon actually comes with like an elastic type stretch. So this is elastic. Yeah, this is elastic. It looks like nylon, but it's actually elastic. So a lot of times the kids will use this for their friendship bracelets. So yeah, so this is elastic. I'm going to still put it in this bag. Okay, getting back to what I was saying about the nylon, instead of using the nylon for your heavy necklaces, you may want to use wire. Now, this is memory wire. You can cut this and make it a necklace or a bracelet and just curl the ends on it, and you're kind of done with it. That's one thing that makes memory wire so easy. But I also have the metal wire on a spool that I don't have over here. So anyway, instead of using the nylon, just use the wire. And the wire also comes on a spool just like the nylon. And it's not memory wire where it pops back into place. It's regular wire. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Here's more cording. And this looks like this is like rope. I don't know if you can see this. This looks like rope. But this is more cording. This is good for beading as well. But a lot of times I'll use this as trim. Here's some wax. This is a wax like skinny rope or cording. A lot of people use this for the bracelets. They make the bracelets that are braided out of this rope. Normally has a couple of beads in the center of it, and then you loop this around the back of the bracelet. And then we have some stretch cording here. I think this was purchased from the Dollar Tree. Pretty sure this was purchased from the Dollar Tree. So this is really good, quick and fast for the kids' friendship bracelets, you know, and the initial bracelets. And matter of fact, I have a box with nothing but like initials in it, wooden initials, and also the resin initials. So we'll be using this elastic to thread through. It just makes it real easy. These are actually box covers. You put this on the box to decorate your box. You put this at one end, and then it's elastic, and you put this at the other end, and it just gives your box a nice little bow with gold on it. So I'm not sure. This may have been in here because I was probably looking for a gold elastic to work with some particular beads. So that's probably why I had that in there. Okay, and this for stringing beads, $2.49. Not sure where I got this from, but it's called tube. It's like a tube, a tube cording. It's like a tube cording, kind of black, a little stretch to it. But once again, this is perfect for beading. Like I said, I used to do a lot of the Big Brother, Big Sisters. Was a volunteer for them, and I used to hold classes on jewelry making. So something like that for the students in the class that don't want to make earrings. That type of beading is perfect. Okay, and this is more cording. This is wax. This is in the white color. I just showed you the black. I always try to get my cording in a neutral color, white or black, because that way it can go with anything. This was given to me, gosh, this has got to be 35 years old. This was given to me by some company that I worked for. I think it was in transportation. They were stringing something up, and they were going to throw this away. And I was like, oh, no. It's older. I don't even know if they even make this anymore. It is like a, it does not have a wax finish in it. But I don't care where you cut it, it does not unravel. Like I said, this has got to be, I'm going to say close to 30 some odd years old. Yeah, because I hadn't worked for that company in a couple of decades. So, yeah, this was going to be thrown away. Let's see here. This is more, there's mini braid in here too, and I'm going to pull it out because I want to make a point here in just a second. This is mini braid. It's more like of a flat. Let's see if I can pull one of these off so you can see. Or pull it over. You can kind of see there. I use this sometimes when I'm sewing on a hem to finish something off. But I'm going to show you too what else it can be used for, so I'm going to keep that right there. Now I have a lot of these, and as a matter of fact, I have a drawer of these that I'll be pulling out. And these are the ribbon necklace strings that will hold your pendant on the bottom. I don't know if you remember back when a lot of the glass pendants were really popular, and you would just use this ribbon necklace holder for that one pendant. But that's what that is. Okay. Here's leather, and I cut this off something. I can't remember what it was. It was something that was multi-strand, but it was leather, and I think it was going to be thrown away after they pulled the decorations from whatever event that was, and I said, no, I'll take it. And this is all natural leather. Sometimes it's a little brittle, so you just have to kind of work your hands with it and give it some heat. But this is leather. And what I would actually do, let me see. I'm going to set this aside with the mini braid because I want to show you something here in just a second. This is cording, which is the same thing. I think this actually came off necklaces or bracelets. I'm pretty sure this was necklaces. And for me, whenever I have the multiple strands on a necklace, on one necklace, see right here, and there was some type of bead or something down here at the bottom. There was a pendant. But I look at this as multiple. Not only do I have the little small beads here, but I look at this as multiple strands that I can use, like on about maybe 3 or 4 chokers. Okay, so whenever I have multiple anything, whether it's strands, beads, or whatever, I am always thinking of increasing my inventory and making it into more. So here's some more cording. This is a taupe color. This is really pretty. And some more of the ribbon necklaces. Okay, now these are just chokers. I think I have I think I got a box of these somewhere. But they're just chokers that you can put a pendant on. You can wrap them in a different color, put another end on it, and it could be a completely different choker. You could wrap ribbon around it and let some of the black show, and it'll look like it has a zigzag design around it. So there's a lot that you can actually do with this choker, and it has some kind of wire in it that's pulling it back around your neck. So we have that. I'm keeping this cording here. Here we have the satin, not ribbon, but like your satin cording. Beautiful colors. Beautiful, beautiful colors. And this is all satin, so you can put a pendant on the bottom of it. But this is a necklace, just your necklace holder for any type of color pendant that you want to put on the bottom of it. Okay, there. Looks like I have some more elastic string here. This is a satin cord here. I won't pull this out. But yeah, this is more string and elastic. This came off of a belt, and like I said, I do mixed media, so I'm using everything. But this came off of this was a belt, and what I was thinking for this was a couple of things. This is like a faux leather, but what I could do is I could cut 2 pieces of this, and I could actually put a bell on each piece, which is an end clip, and I could make a pair of earrings. Out of the top I could put and I'm gonna cut a piece of this off because the next container that I'm going through with the supplies and the findings actually have the end caps and the bell, so I could actually show you. But that's what this is. This is a belt, and the hardware has been cut off, so I can make earrings and a bracelet out of this. And I'm going to put it aside because for my next video I'm going to use that as an example. Okay, here's a big bag of all of the necklaces that I have. They're cordings that have been cut, all different types of cords, and I can't remember what this was cut off of, but anyway, it's a full bag of the black cording for the necklaces. Whoops, sorry about that, guys, with the camera. I'm kind of working around it. But what I wanted to show with the cording here is that I would take my earrings and I would use the leaves for my earrings. But once I take the leaves off of the frame of the earring, it leaves these holes. It leaves the holes in the middle of the frame. So what I would do is, this may be too large, but what I would actually do is look through one of the bags here for cording that's really, really skinny, that will go through each one of these holes, so I could actually, the bottom of it, and this is too big, so I would have to go back through the box to find one. But anyway, I would go through the hole of the necklace, and I would actually make a design around the entire bottom by going through the hole of the necklace. So of the frame of the earring. So it would give it a different design here, but we would actually be going through the holes. Where I would finish the hole off, I would actually cut here and here and drop a large bead down on both sides to make it even. And then I would bring a wire up through the top and put a large bead here. So I'm going to show that technique, but it's going to be when I start doing the statement piece earrings. Okay. And let's see here. Okay, this came out of my brass box, and these are just brass bracelets. And another thing with the leather, you can actually use some of the cording here, some of the satin cording, or some of the different color cording like the turquoise here, and you could wrap it as well around your hoops. You can put it in between, and then you could wrap over, and it would give you like a 2 or 3 dimension. And when you got to the end, you could either what am I going to call it, E6000, the ends together on it, and then after you E6000 it together, I would just take a flat piece of brass, cut it and fold it over so you don't see where this ends. So it would be another piece of metal that would be flat that I would fold over my decorations on my necklaces or my earrings, and it would give it a nice finished look. Like, this isn't it, but this gives you an idea of folding a piece of metal over your bracelet, and that would actually give it a finished touch to it. Now, this metal isn't malleable, so this metal I can't fold, but I just wanted to give you an idea, because I do have metal in colors that can be folded over something like this to actually give it a finished look when you finish with it. So that's what I would do in that case. And then last but not least, on the wooden earrings, you can also use your cording to go in and out of each one of the filigree or the cutout openings here. But I would choose a different color that will really complement the wood here. You know, maybe turquoise or something like that. So there's a lot you could do with this. You could fill it in with beads, or you could fill it in with the cording. So guys, this just gives you an idea of all the different designs that you can make with the cording, and also with the elastic, and also with the, with the satin cording. So, you know, one of these colors would look really good, you know, in the wood. So you don't, with the wood. So you don't just have to use this as a necklace that holds a pendant, but you could also use these colors as decoration within the wooden beads and within anything else that you are decorating. Also too, with the filigree earrings here, this is like the wings, and I apologize for the noise of the plastic. This is the brass color, and this is just like the wings. Sometimes you don't even have to go all the way up with your design. You can just go midway up and stop there, or you can just paint one in here and do a ribbon up there. There's so many different things that you can do to completely change the design of anything that you actually have. So if you're using, some people would actually put fabric on the back of this and just resin it, and or also shellac it or Mod Podge it, and this would give like a beautiful design of a fabric color, and it would give this earring a totally different design. So you could do that, or like I said, you can take your satin cording here, and you could weave it in and out certain parts of the earring. So it's just so much that you can do by just being creative and just having a few pieces to work with. So that is going to end the video for cording. Our next video will be with the end caps and the bells, so that should be pretty interesting. But guys, once again, if you like what you've seen so far, please like the video, subscribe to our channel, and share this information with others. We truly appreciate your time today, and we'd like to say have a great day or a great evening. I will be back soon. Thanks again, guys.